Right, let's try zooming in. Oh, we might be a bit vertical. For some reason, it's not letting me. Bear with me 1 second, guys. Sorry. 8 hours ago, 4 minutes ago. Are we live? Yes, we're live. Why is it not showing it on there? As you can see, I have done some stitching since the last live. Video quality settings. Quality is set to high pitch quality on mobile networks. Ah, is it because I haven't got? Oh no, that's on. Dismiss that then. So why? Hi Patty. Yeah, you just got to bear with me a minute. I'm trying to, as usual, trying to sort my camera angle, but for some reason it's done this again. We had this little problem earlier, but for some reason it's done it again. I don't understand why. Come on now. Orientation is locked. Rotate the device back. I don't want to rotate the device back. Right, well, why is it a funny angle? How to turn rotation. Rotation is locked. Rotate device back. Okay. Right, we're just going to go all a bit woogie again in a minute. Come on, what are you doing, you silly phone? I'm feeling that's going to be upside down. Yep. Might have to come off and go back on again, guys. Just having a bit of a mare. For some reason, it won't let me rotate. It's frustrating. Unless we just stitch like that. But I don't like that angle at all. Why is it doing this? Come on, Ali, think. Sorry, guys. Let's just try this a second. Right, so that's wrong. So we need to be that way. Come on, catch up. Right, so I need the phone like that. I will get there. Right, that's that. And let's put you in here. Ugh. Yes, I know. I've turned my phone. No, that's not staying. Come on. Oh, God. We're having fun here. Do lives, they said. It'll be fun, they said. Alright. I'm going to make you look at me a minute. I'm here. I'm going to try something. And if this doesn't work, then it means my tablet holder is broken. I'm making you dizzy. Sorry, Patty. We're having a bit of a nightmare with my tablet mount. It's not quite working. So, see this thing, it's just wobbly. So we're going to try and connect with this bit, because then it'll be a bit stiffer. And then we'll try again. So bear with me. Alright, that's that tightened on. The only problem with that is it's going to be at a funny angle. What to do? Let's switch back around again. Let's see how we go. Right, and zoom in. Let's have a look. Might be able to come over this way a smidge. Zoom in again. Go that way. How's that? I think we've kind of cracked it. And don't mess about with it too much because you have just sorted it. Is that okay? Or shall we zoom out a little bit? That'll do. I'm not messing with it anymore. Sorry about that. I might have to buy myself a new phone mount / tablet mount. Might actually have something to do with how I've got this sat as well. Alright. Let's do some stitching and see how we go. I am viewing you guys as well, so I can see what you can see, so fingers crossed it works. Right, just got to make sure I don't knock it with my arm because it's a little bit closer than I like. A little more to the right. Don't say that. Right, let's heighten it a little bit as well then, if it's not quite right. Oops. It'd help if you keep it in the stand, Ali. The only problem we have is, because my phone isn't true straight, that's pretty much the best I can do, unfortunately, for now, without getting stressed with it and giving up. Might be able to zoom in a smidge, but we'll give it a minute. As I say, we'll probably need to order a new mount because this one's I've had it a while, so we will figure it out as we go along. I just don't want it to wobble too much, that's the only problem. Anyway, we're stitching again. 1, 2, 3. Park on there. So, how are we? I feel like I might have lost a few people because of the wobbling, but hey ho, we're back. Hopefully, no more glitches. I apologise for the beginning, guys, if you're watching this at a later time. the problem with doing it just straight off the phone. I don't get to set it all up first. I have, for some reason, I need to, if it's hooked up to my computer and I go live that way, I can get it all set up ready. But anyway, we're stitching. We're back. I need to snip this bit of thread because there's a little knot on the end. So if I quickly delete that one. It's not going to let me. I'll do. I'm not messing with it. How are we all anyway? What are we doing this evening? It's 10 to 10 here in the UK at night. That one's going to go there. Had my tea a little while ago. I've been binge watching Grey's Anatomy, so I just watched a couple of episodes of that while my food settled. And now I'm back to stitching. So I thought I would do another little live. We average about an hour a hour, so that's what this video will be about an hour again, just under. Depending on how much waffling I do. Although I do tend to get a bit stitched. I can stitch and talk most of the time, so it should just be between 40 minutes and an hour. Patty, kind of lost my stitchy book. Hopefully this will help. I hope so. Yeah, I lost mine for a little while, but mine was due to moving and health and other people's health, holidays. It's just, yeah, never seemed, just took me a while to get it back, but fingers crossed I have got it back now. Just had the stitching sat near me and just moved it across to stitch on as and when the mood struck. Normally I like to complete a tower, but when I didn't have my stitchy book, I would just do the odd stitch here and there. Do one colour within a tower or something, and then gradually it came back. So yeah, fingers crossed it comes back for you, Patty. I hope it does. Try not to put too much pressure on yourself over it, because if you're anything like me, your brain rebels. You kind of tell yourself, come on, stitch, and your brain goes, no, don't tell me what to do. So yeah, it will strike when you least expect it. Right, now this thread, I'm going to park it all the way down here. I normally only park in the dungeon, but just lately I've been parking a little bit further down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I normally just park in this one, which we call the dungeon. But I have started to park in the next one just lately. Mark that off. Next thread. Good old famous saying of there's no right or wrong way. It's whatever feels right when you're stitching as to where you park these threads. Mine's just a little blueprint of what I normally do. Sometimes I get a little bit carried away and go back to the basics of stitching just in this tower, parking here or here and ending. Just depends on the mood. Right, park over there. Next thread. I've got a couple of little one stitches going on here. I don't want too many threads travelling along the back. I feel that's what makes your back look very messy. So I do try to restrict how far away I park. One, two, three. 1, 2. Oh, this one's only got 34 stitches left, so I will park it down here just for the hell of it. 1, 2, 3. 2, 1, 2. Count twice, park once. Mark that off. It's pure laziness because I can't be bothered to keep snipping the ends at the moment. And storing them onto my floss cards. On my last live I was talking about potentially doing like crime stories, true crime stories. We'll see. The consensus seems to be people don't mind. They're just enjoying watching me stitch or just stitching along with me. A bit like a Zoom call, but I can't see you. You can just see my stitching. We'll see if I can be bothered to research for doing true crimes, but because I don't want to just nick it off other channels or like that, I will do my own little deep dive and find out stories. 2. I'm going to end this one. I'll end it here because it will get stitched over. We'll keep this bit of thread because I've got a lot of that colour. 4, 1, 3. Patty, me too. Spring is coming, so hopefully I'll get it back. Yeah. It's getting a bit warmer. 4, 1, 3. Yeah, I'm a bit of a struggle stitching when it's cold. I like just to get snuggled up in under a quilt and watch TV when it's the winter months. Struggle to get the hands warm to be able to stitch. Spring's the ideal time because it's not too cold and it's not quite too hot, whereas summer can be a little bit of a nightmare with sweaty fingers. So yeah, spring and autumn tend to be the go-to. Or maybe I will start a new chart. Yeah, go for it. A new fresh piece of fabric and a new pattern. Just to get that stitchy book back, and then you never know. How many projects do you have on the go? You never know, you might find yourself wanting to stitch on other things once you've started a new one. Apologies if you can hear outside. I can hear people. This should disappear soon. I need to stitch that. Bit fiddly going on at the minute. Parked two of the same colour in this tower, thinking there was more stitches of it, but there isn't. So I can now end that thread. Snip it without snipping my bark threads. I've got some new scissors and they're okay, but I've really got to be careful what I'm snipping. Oh, I need to zoom in because I keep pressing the wrong button. That one. We need the heart symbol. Just a couple of stitches on this one. Oh, you've only got one. Oh, yeah, maybe start a new one then. And then go back to, you can flip between the two. I don't know how many I've got. Too many. That's why I'm only stitching on this one at the moment, to try and get some form of finish going. And then as I've said already on previous lives, over the last couple of days, I've got my deep blue sea one as well, but I stitch on that one when I'm not at home. That one comes out with me and this one stays here. That's that colour. I've got this one little stitch. I don't know why I didn't just stitch this little stitch instead of parking it, but hey ho. That must have been when I was in strict royal rose mode. Parked a little tiny bit of thread to do one stitch. There's method to my madness sometimes. I'll end that one over there, so I'll have to keep snipping. Oh, we got black. I did see Heaven and Earth Designs. Michelle has put up another freebie. I think if I read it right, it's in honour of her daughter who sadly passed away recently. So for anybody who wasn't aware, there is a free pattern available over on the Heaven and Earth. I'm assuming it's through the Heaven and Earth site. If not, head on over to Heaven and Earth Designs Facebook page and look for the post. I think you can normally get it off of both. Don't quote me on it because I might be wrong, but there is definitely a freebie. It's just, which is in honour of her daughter. So yeah, maybe go to Facebook first, just in case it is just on Facebook. I've got far too many patterns, so unfortunately I won't be doing it, but the patterns that I have got, I'm not even going to be able to complete in my lifetime, I don't think, so I don't need any more. I am going to keep trying to share a few bits on YouTube in the near future. I've done quite a bit the last couple of days. The setup process needs to get a bit better, but we're alright once we get going. I would just leave my phone where it is and just hit the live, but I forget and just don't, it's just a natural thing just to swing it out the way. But we get there in the end. It's only a minute or two at the beginning that sometimes is a bit topsy-turvy. Cats are settled, they're asleep on the bed. Unlike earlier when they were trying to escape. What are you stitching this one on? This one's stitched on 25 count. It's Easy Guide fabric. Zweigart, I think it's called. 25 count tends to be my go-to. It's my comfort zone. Right, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, doing this one 1/1 full cross. A deep blue sea one I do 2/1 10 stitch. But I am enjoying the full cross process. I feel like if I was to do 1/1 full cross on my deep blue sea, I would never get it finished because it's a very long piece. I'm running a bit low on that black thread, so we'll end it. Mark the ones off that I did. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Then we've got 4 stitches. 2, 3, 4. Now there's a black thread here. How long is it? Now there's not many of this black left going up this way, if you can see slightly, because this is her arm and it's going to join up. So there's literally just this little bit of black that I've got to do. So I'm going to nick this black out of this tower because I have got a black parked over here as well. Or have I? Or have I already? Oh yeah, here. Let's see how long that piece is. Yeah, that piece is quite long as well, so I'll basically nick this one to complete my current tower. And if we don't run out of thread, we'll park it back there. But if we do, when I come to stitch this east tower, I will just nick it from the next tower, because there isn't many of the black left to stitch. No point in starting another piece of thread when I'm going to have some ends going on. I'll use what we've got parked. Got one more row of this. all the way across. I'm not going to go all the way across there because there's 4 underneath. So we'll do 4. Then we'll do 4 underneath it. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oops. 4. Miss 1, stitch 1. And that's that little row done. And I can go back up to the previous row and finish that row off. That didn't quite go in right. Let's have a look what's gone wrong. Oh no. 1, 2 stitches left. 1, 2. 2. I'll park it back there and get a couple more stitches out of it. I could have just ended it, but we'll put it back where we borrowed it from. Now I need 840. Hello from France. I'm going to do 2/1 on my new start. 2/1 full cross on 25 count patty. And if it is 2/1 full cross on 25 count, you're braver than me. I really struggled doing 2/1 full cross. It just seemed too bulky. I struggled to get my needle through. And even before I got used to doing this kind of way of stitching, for some reason I just really struggled to get my needle through the bulk at the back with 2/1 full cross. The patterns call for 2/1 full cross, but I can just never get on with it. And I find the coverage of 1/1 on 25 count is okay. Packs 1, 2, 3, and 1. Now I've got 902, which is actually over here. How long is it? Very long. Nicking another thread. Because again, it's just going to go across here. It's quite a long piece of thread. On 25 count, 2/1 10. Oh yeah, that's cool. That's what I do, like I say, with my deep blue sea. The 10th stitch makes it go a bit quicker as well. And if you're in like cross stitch games or anything like that, you just double your stitch count. No, you don't. So if you've done, you half it. So for example, if you've done 500 stitches on 10th stitch, it's like you class it as 250, because if it was 4 crosses, that's potentially what you would get. It's not a true full cross in some people's eyes. Which I guess they're right, but at the same time it's still a stitch, We should maybe do a tent stitch game where you can count your tent stitches. I'm going to push these threads to the back soon because they're getting in my way. They should be anchored down by my stitches so they can be pushed to the back. There we go. I do like this colour. There's not enough of it. There's only 173 stitches left of this colour. I do like this deep. It's like a deep red. It's meant to be like a brown colour, I think. Looking at Pattern Keeper, but yeah, I don't do any of the games, Patty. I tried them, but again, I felt not pressured. I lost the fun of stitching. I know it's only, I don't know, taking a picture and saying how many stitches you've done, but I lost my mojo of stitching because I felt like I had to stitch because of not wanting to let groups down. So yeah, I dropped out of games. I was doing the Harry Potter one. It got a bit too competitive for my liking, and I'd rather just sit and stitch. If I managed to get 1,000 stitches in, great. If I managed to do 200, great. I don't want to feel pressured into doing more just for the sake of a game. The process is meant to be fun, not stressful. What's that one then? That's that part there. Got that part in the wrong place? What? I think I've got these two packed in the wrong place. They need to go down. Oh no, they don't. Ali. That one. 1, 2. That's it. I thought I got that parked wrong then, but I was looking at the wrong stitch. So where I nicked it from, I need to unpark. And I need to park it there. Mark them ones off. And the next thread is 436. I could not keep up on the stitch count. Yeah. Yeah, when you get that whole mentality of you've got to stitch 200, 500, however many stitches the target was, it's just too much pressure for my brain. Don't get me wrong, I've done 1,091 stitches so far today, but that's just doing it off my own back. I haven't been pressurised into doing it. Whereas if I had to do that many, I probably wouldn't. I'd have probably given up at about 50. Right, we've just got one little lonely stitch with that one. And we'll end it in the same place I started it, so it anchors it down a bit better. And we'll bung this back on the floss card. 436. Plus I have 2 6-month-old puppies. They are hard to keep up with. Oh, I can imagine. Bless. I'm more of a cat person. I do like dogs, and one day I hope to get to have a dog with my partner when we get a place together in the future. But as you know, I'm a cat person at the moment. Major cat person. video of the cats on on YouTube earlier. It's an old video of Tiger Lily and Tigger playing. You could see Trixie in the background. And then someone had asked what breed they were. So I said obviously the dad was a Bengal and the mum obviously is in that video. So after that comment of someone asking what breed they are, I put a photo up of the dad cat laid with Tigger, so people could see where they're getting their markings from. Basically, the colouring comes from mum, but the markings are all dad, who was a Bengal. He had to be put down, bless him. Unfortunately, we couldn't keep him. He wasn't my cat. He just got my cat pregnant, and he kind of adopted me. It was when I was with Jason. He adopted us, and yeah, well, obviously we had to move, and when we moved, we couldn't really take him with us because he wasn't our cat. And then we got news of him. He was a stray in the end. If we'd have known he was definitely a stray, we would have took him with us. Yeah, he ended up getting cat AIDS, bless him, and these people that had meant to have been looking after him didn't do a very good job, because he was lovely and looked after. He kept coming around ours. He adopted us. And like I say, about, I don't know, 6 months after moving, not even that, we got a phone call saying that he got put down because he had cat AIDS, and because he was classed as a stray, they had to put him down, which is fair enough. But I just feel like if they'd have contacted me, I would have taken ownership, because cats can still live with cat AIDS, especially if they're well looked after. But unfortunately, we didn't get the phone call, so he got euthanised. Hi, Amanda. So glad to see you back on YouTube. Yeah. Thank you. Glad to be back. I'm only back because I've got my stitchy bug. If I ever disappear, it's probably because I'm not stitching all that much. Also with moving, it took me a while just to get a bit of a setup going. I feel like we're almost there with it now, so that's why I'm back. How are you, Amanda? 3, 5, 6. Yeah, so like I said, anybody interested in where my cats get their markings from? A picture of the dad is on YouTube. It's on a. Did I do it as a short? I think I did it as a short. To have a short or a post. I've started to put posts up and some shorts because I want to try and get some extra algorithms going. So if you do posts and post short videos and things like that, you get a little bit more reach with the algorithms. More the merrier and all that. Right, what do we need? 445. Patty, your message keeps retracting. What's going on? 445. How many projects do I have going? Haven't got a clue. At least 10, but they're all in retirement. I've put them They're in timeout. I am wanting to just get a good amount done on this one. We need a finish. After I've done this one, the plan is to restart a special pleader because I want to do that in full cross. And then I've got some little story keep ones to do. What else have I got? I've got my cat one. I've got Randall Spangler ones. I've got a few that I've started. Or I've got a few that have also, I've got some that are kitted up, ready to start. I will do some form of whip parade at some point. I'm not putting no pressure on myself to do that at the moment though, because it means getting it all out, and I know I won't do that at the minute. My brain can only handle stitching on this at the moment. I feel like if I start telling myself I need to do this, that and the other, I'm just going to not do anything. So one day the need will strike to sort through my stash. When it does, I will either just jump on live showing it, or I'll do a pre-record. Right, Adam, what are you doing? Does that go there? No. Got carried away there. It wants to be free away, not too. I also need to push that black thread to the back, otherwise it's going to mess with the yellow. So it's done it anyway. Better. It would be fun to look at someday. Yeah, definitely. I will do eventually. Even if it's just showing what patterns I have got on the go. Because that, all I've got to do is do like little screenshots of my pattern keeper. And do like a little slideshow or something. But yeah, I've got my stash put away at the moment. Could even, when this one's finished, as I say, I want to start my special pleader one again, but I could maybe even try and do some sort of whip parade and be like, right, which one shall I stitch on next, guys? Let you lot make my mind up for me. We'll see how we go. Let's get this one done first. Right, does that go there? So we've got 1, 2, 3 again. And then diagonal. Park that one up here. 1, 2, yeah, there. I've got an end thread in there as well, so we'll get rid of that now. So that's parked. That one can come out of the way. Move these up there ready for when I do that tower. That thread can be done. That one too. That one. That one. And that one. Just save that one for now because I don't think that one's anchored down yet. Right, mark those off. And we have a run of this colour, 3078. Needle. How far along are you on this one? So this one, which is called Mother of Dragon, we are sat at 55.59%. I think I would freak out if I had more than 2 going. Yeah, I said that to myself, but then I found Hade. I used to be an exclusive stitcher, a monogamous stitcher. I'm trying to get back to doing that, just stitching on one project. Unfortunately, I obviously have those others that I've started, but I need to get back to just stitching on one, because it can frazzle the brain a little bit, because you don't know which one to stitch on, I find. You're not giving yourself a chance to enjoy stitching on a piece, I feel. So yeah, that's why I'm stitching this one exclusively for the time being. We don't like to say that too confidently, because knowing my luck, I'll say it and then tomorrow I'll have deep blue sea on here. I won't, because it's too much faffing about, but I am trying to just stitch on this one, and it's working. I have only been stitching this one this year, and as I said before, my deep blue sea one is when I'm out and about on a stitchy day, meeting up with people. This one stays at home on its stand. But yeah, when I'm at home, this one gets all the love. The next two I have are Hades. I love Hades. It looks so cool. Have you been stitching long, Patty? I've been stitching on and off for years, but the last, what, 4 or 5 years, I've been a bit more continuous with it. I used to do like stamped kits and counted cross stitch, and then I found YouTube, floss tube, found Teresa Little Stitcher, and the rest, as they say, was history. Fell down a massive rabbit hole, found Pattern Keeper, never turned back. I ended up giving all of my counted cross stitch and printed cross stitch patterns to my sister because she hasn't tried Haid yet. She's quite happy stitching how she stitches. I think it's a bit too daunting for her. I keep trying to persuade her, but she's quite happy doing the stamped cross stitches. But yeah, 4 or 5 years I've been stitching Haids, and I have one completed. Just the one. I have a couple of other counted ones that I did start that I haven't given to my sister. I will finish them at some point. There isn't much left to finish on them, to be honest, but it's that is it 14 count or 11 count fabric, and I'm so used to stitching on 25 count now, it feels weird going back to that bigger count. I struggle with, I don't know, it just feels weird. So I might end up having to just give them to my sister to finish. We'll see. But yeah, Haid is definitely my go-to. I've got a Mirabilia one that I do want to get round to doing, and because I started it and I got quite a bit of it done, so I find I need a couple of projects for variety, but only a couple active ones at a time, otherwise I get totally overwhelmed. Yeah, I think that's been my problem, Amanda. I've started too many. And yeah, now I stick with the 2 projects to switch between. Patty probably on and off for about 43 years. Cool. Me too with YouTube. When I was recouping, I'd watch a lot of the YouTube. Recouping, what's that? ZI. I watched. I take it the Z was a misprint. Pleasure. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people picked up stitching again during lockdown. I know that's when I started getting the real bug for it again. And I can't remember how it all started. I think I was just on Facebook, and I don't know if I searched for cross stitch. I'm not sure. It just popped up on my Facebook potentially. Found Zoom Stitchy Friends. Had a couple of people on there talking about YouTubes. And I was stitching before Zoom because I'd done my Amy Stewart piece. I don't know. I can't remember how I found Haid or why. Like I say, I know it was through Teresa Little Stitcher, but I don't quite know why. I thought to go on YouTube and look and find her. Can't remember. But my method of stitching I've been doing for good, I don't know, 8 to 10 years maybe, because I was doing it with my stamped. I did it with my Amy Stewart piece. Didn't start off with. I tried someone, I can't remember who it was. It might have been Steph. It was on about doing it with one colour thread until you run out, and then I started to kind of do it that way, and then I just didn't get on with it, so I went back to how I felt comfortable. And then the lovely Joyce asked me my method of stitching, so I explained it, and yeah, Royal Rose was born. What colour is this? 3778. So I have tried other methods. I always revert back to this way of stitching. It's my comfort zone. You get little mini completions every day, especially if you complete a tower. You know, if you can complete a tower, that's 200 stitches. 1 tower a day, at least. And then if you get a row completion, that's another little mini win. And then you get your page completions. Yeah, it's just get little mini achievements while stitching doing it this way, I find. I've left my bottle of juice on the kitchen side. Not a smart move. Once I know my stitching mojo is properly back and I am fully committed to doing my YouTubes again, I will start to schedule my lives just so that people are aware and can potentially join us. I'll probably do, no, I'm not even going to say what I'm going to do. We'll just see. But yeah, I'll try and get a few more schedules doing. Like, for example, if I wake up in the morning and I know I'm going to do one later on that day, I'll set up a schedule that day. I'll not do schedules for days ahead because I don't like the idea of having to cancel because I've woken up and not felt like doing stitching. So instead of just impromptu going live, jumping straight on, I'll give people a good 2 or 3 hours notice, sort of thing. I'll still do impromptus as well though, but because people can just watch these back if they haven't managed to catch me live. All that matters is I'm back. I am back in my little happy bubble, stitching away, waffling on. I won't make too many grand plans just in case, because my mental health likes to put a spanner in the works far too often. So close to joining this up. I've only got 3 more towers to go. I probably won't get it done today now. What is the time? It's now 20 to 11 here in the UK. Might be able to get one more done, but I think it's going to be a case of finishing it off tomorrow. And then get the fabric scrolled up a little bit. I never know, my camera angle might be a little bit better if it's up here a bit more. Don't have to be quite so close to my face then. We'll see. Nearly at tower completion. So much better when you've got a bit of a block colour going on. 2 more stitches. Pocket below. And there's the tower. Whew, have a great weekend. See you next time. Yeah, see you, Patty. Let's say I tend to just do a tower. There's no good starting another one because I don't really want to be on YouTube for another hour. I don't want the videos ridiculously long and putting you guys off, so we know it's just a tower. And if you're stitching Royal Rose, you could potentially be stitching a tower with me. So if you have stitched a tower with me, well done. You've done a tower. You've just done 200 stitches with me. Oh, Amanda, do not pressure on yourself. Lives are nice, but we can always catch up after they are posted. Yeah, exactly. That's my thought process with it. I kept saying before that I was going to do some pre-records, but I just get on better with live. I feel like, I don't know, it's not quite the same flow for me with pre-records. I'm basically doing the same thing, but I don't know, just having that little bit of interaction, even if there's only one person watching or one person commenting, it just helps me get my flow with talking. So yeah, anyway, that's another tower done. Let's take you out of this. Maybe should have left it, but hey ho. I'm a glutton for punishment. So yeah, this thing here, it gets in my face a little bit, so I feel like I'll be able to lift it a bit more once we get this stitching back up to here, and then it won't be quite so close to my face, because at the moment I have it like about there, which is very close. So yeah, we'll get there. Ugh. So yeah, 3 more little towers, and then we can get back to doing a full row. So, thank you for joining me, you guys. Thank you for interacting. As I say, it makes it so much easier for me to waffle on if I've got a little bit of interaction there. So yeah, enjoy your stitching, guys. I'm tired. My eyes are a little bit sore, so I'm probably going to put a bit of Grey's Anatomy on, lay down, and no doubt fall asleep soon. And I'll catch you all tomorrow, hopefully. If not, I'll catch you really soon. I love you all. Not as much as cross stitch.